It's not that easy for the president to wiretap a civilian. Without offering any evidence, President Trump claimed on Saturday his predecessor, Barack Obama, wiretapped phones at Trump Tower during last year's election campaign. The president or intelligence agencies have to jump through a series of hoops to wiretap a target legally. The target would either need to be suspected of engaging in criminal activity or of being an agent of a foreign power. To obtain a Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act or FISA order, the FBI must first work with the Justice Department's National Security Division to make their case. That declaration must be signed by a senior intelligence officer, usually the FBI or CIA director, certifying the purpose is to collect foreign intelligence that cannot be obtained through normal investigative channels. A senior justice official then has to approve the order. Only 3 officials have this authority: the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, and the head of the National Security Division. Final approval rests with a judge of the Special FISA Court. Only then can the order be served on the phone or internet provider of the target's number or email address. A spokesman for Obama has denied Trump's claims. Meanwhile, the White House has asked Congress to investigate Trump's allegations as part of a congressional probe into exactly what influence Russia had on last year's presidential election. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Keep watching for more tales of espionage and intrigue.
The U.S. Marshals can apparently now track any cell phone from a plane. The next time you're out playing Angry Birds on your phone and hear the sound of a passing plane overhead, you may think twice. On Thursday afternoon, the Wall Street Journal published a chilling report on one of the ways the U.S. Marshal Service used to track criminal suspects. Normally, a cell phone connects to the strongest base station in the area to stay operating. The Marshals used this knowledge and outfitted small planes with signal interceptors called dirt boxes. As it flies overhead, it becomes the strongest signal and all phones lock onto it for a split second, long enough to learn each of the phone's unique IDs. Once the targeted device is found, they can then pinpoint its location to within 3 meters. And usually wherever the cell phone is, its owner isn't too far behind. Naturally, secretly gathering phone details from every citizen without their knowledge has civil liberties experts concerned. However, as one of the journal's sources said, quote, "What is done on U.S. soil is completely legal. Whether it should be done is a separate question."
A creepy website is streaming footage from IP cameras around the world. Well, if you weren't convinced about the importance of changing your password before, maybe this will do the trick. A website called Instacam is featuring feeds from IP cameras all over the world. A quick browse through the site shows thousands of videos, including 3,359 from Mexico, 2,268 from the Netherlands, 3,285 from France, and 11,046 from the United States. Now, the site claims that it exists in order to show people the importance of security settings, and that all people need to do is change their camera passwords to make their currently public cameras private. Still, even under its altruistic guise, you have to admit that a site that compiles worldwide security footage is pretty damn creepy. Want to find out who's running this operation? Fine, but seems like you'll have to first hunt them down in Moscow. Good luck!
Alleged Russian spy ring busted in New York. 3 Russians have been charged with acting as agents for Russian intelligence in New York City. The 3 Russian nationals facing espionage charges are Evgeny Burakov, who posed as an employee of a Russian bank, and Igor Sporyeznev, and Viktor Podavny, who are protected from prosecution by diplomatic immunity because they officially worked for the Russian Federation. Sporyeznev and Podavny, who are no longer in the U.S., were in charge of attempting to recruit New York residents as intelligence sources for Russia. They are accused of tasking Buryakov, who was arrested on Monday, to gather intelligence and transmit his intelligence reports to Moscow. The FBI recorded more than 48 meetings among the 3. Several involved Buryakov passing a bag, magazine, or slip of paper to Sporyeznev. The men were gathering intelligence on potential U.S. sanctions against the Russian Federation and U.S. efforts to develop alternative energy resources. say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
99-year-old pensioner may have been Cold War lady spy. A shy old woman who passed away in the suburbs is now believed to have been hiding an amazing secret: her life as a Cold War spy. Reclusive, shy Eileen passed away last year without much notice by neighbors, but a team of builders discovered several firearms in her home after her death. One of the firearms was a working Sten submachine gun, an austere British 9mm weapon used throughout the Second World War. Eileen had studied French and Spanish at college in Manchester and may have worked as a typist or translator for intelligence services. Much of her personal file was destroyed, but what was left revealed she had 2 periods of service from 1945 to 1947 and from 1950 to 1953. Eileen was posted overseas for the Combined Services Detailed Interrogation Center, which operated interrogation centers around the world. Her cousin, Georgina Wood, has shared some of the belongings she was sent following Eileen's death. Some of the items hint at Eileen having been a spy for the United Kingdom. Among the belongings were letters and telegrams from the War Office, photos of Hamburg devastated by Allied bombs, an invitation to a German hotel from a lieutenant colonel from 1945, and freedom passes from Danish Allied Committee. The discovery of the firearms in Eileen's home sparked a brief bomb scare, which definitely attracted the attention of neighbors as well as the media.
And this whole story blows up because there's some sort of morbid fascination with the war and what went on, and can we get all the detail. And actually, what we should have been interested is how we could repay her while she was alive.
U.S. indicts 6 Chinese nationals for economic espionage. The United States has indicted 6 Chinese nationals for stealing a technology used in mobile devices. 6 Chinese nationals, including 3 Tianjin University professors, were charged with stealing FBAR technology from their U.S. employers on behalf of the Chinese government. FBAR technology is used in mobile devices to filter unwanted wireless signals so that the user only receives or transmits communications to specific destinations intended by the user. One of the defendants was arrested at Los Angeles International Airport over the weekend as he was on his way to a conference. The other 5 defendants remain in China. The defendants can face up to 15 years imprisonment if convicted.